don't know. Cheers, everybody. Hello and welcome to my plum cider video. Thank you for tuning in. We've got 1.2 kilos of plums in the freezer last night, out this morning, thawed, defrosted. I've got 2 litres as the apple juice, cheapest you can get. This isn't about price, this is about flavour. I've got, the yeast I'll be using is a Mangrove Jack's cider yeast, MO2. A high ester producing cider strain imparting wonderful flavour depth, revealing the full fruit potential. Makes exceptionally crisp, flavoursome and refreshing ciders. We'll see. I've got some tartaric acid to give it a nice bite. And I've got some yeast nutrient. Should be a very simple brew. Right, first things first, I need to de-stone these plums. Not my plums, these plums. Right. Bam. Bam. Stone in there. Guys, I'm not going to pain you with this. I'm just going to do all of them and I'll be back. Okay, so plums all done in there. Now I've just boiled a kettle. And in goes water over the plums. This is going to help me mash them down a little bit. I don't think they're going to mash down much, to be honest. But what I am hoping is that it's going to kill, hopefully kill the wild yeast. Because I'm pretty sure there'll be a decent bit of wild yeast on these. Maybe I'll do a video where I use just the yeast off them, but that's a different video. Okay, while that's steeping, I'm just gonna get this apple juice into there. That's one. That's 2. While the hot water is doing its job there, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of tartaric acid to give it a crisp, bright flavour. In he goes. And I'm also going to put 1 teaspoon of yeast nutrient in. In he goes. I would be adding some peptic enzyme as well, pectolase, but I've run out and I've got some on order, so Amazon will be delivering that in a few days. I'm going to spend a few minutes giving them a decent squeeze. Even though they've been frozen, you know, I do want to increase the surface area so the yeast can get in there and do their work. Okay, now I'm just gonna put the brew bag like this. So I can get the fruit in, and obviously this is why I'm using a wide mouth fermenter. Easy to get the fruit in, even easier to get it out. Give it a good mix because I've got that tartaric in and tartaric acid and the yeast nutrient. Look at the colour. This is a lovely looking colour. Not like the dark colour of my, see up there? That video will be out before this one anyway. Okay, so it's just time to, one easy brew. Just time to pitch the yeast. 1 teaspoon. This goes up to 17.5%. So this should demolish this. One teaspoon of yeast. That's the yeast on top. It's going to hydrate and then it's going to do its thing. Stick a lid on. Put an airlock in. And I'm going to set this in my airing cupboard, which is 25 degrees. And the second it starts fermenting, guys, that's the next thing you're going to see next, hopefully. See you in a second. Just the very next morning and right on cue, he's nice and bubbling. Look at that. I'm going to get in there. Well, I'm on my way to work, so I'm just going to swirl this around to just saturate this again. But look at the colour as well. Look at that peach. That's just from peaches. Not peaches. Plums. Just giving them a little check before I run to work, and look what's happened. It's even blown the lid off and it's gone like this. I'm going to have to give this a quick doctor, but I'm literally out the door to work. So I can't do anything until I get back. Happy days. That's the plum cider. Not peach. Do I keep calling it peach? Plum. This has been going for 5 days. Started on the 2nd of May. It's now the 7th. And I haven't noticed activity for maybe the past 2 days. So let's get a reading. Okay, we are at 1.0089. So it hasn't gone completely dry, and I do wonder if it's going to go further because of the lack of activity. But I'll just put it back together. I'm going to give it a good old swish around, and I'll put it back up and I'll check in another 3 or 4 days. I've just come to do another gravity on this plum cider. I've taken the bag out, but look at this white clumps and residue. I'm not sure what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the lid back on. I'm going to leave it a couple of days, and if like a slimy film or fuzzy or anything happens on top, then it's ruined. Welcome to the premature ending. Welcome to the premature ending of this video. Let me give you a close-up of what this looks like. So this really is not looking good. We've got all this white. I mean, it was pretty clear, but we've got all this white on top. Now, it really smells lovely and plummy. So with a conversation with ChatGPT, it's a wild yeast has taken a grip, but it's not dangerous. But it did say do not bottle it. It's not longer a clean cider. So, I mean, it did say take a little sip, so I'll take a little sip. Well, I don't know now, actually. Well, let me show you what this is looking like. Does look like a film. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. It did say if it smells like vomit or like a musty, mouldy smell, do not taste it. But it honestly just smells like lovely plums. That sounds fun. I don't know. Cheers, everybody. Acetobacter, wild yeast, sour. This is going down the sink. There we are, guys. I tried, I failed. I will try again for a plum cider. I'll start it soon. Thanks for watching. Sorry there was no nice delicious drink at the end.